Story Show, where we tap the root and many perspectives of our time. From celebrities, current news, the social media outlets, and etc., we get down to the root of things by asking a multitude of questions that allow us to share our and your opinions. Well,
I'm Thomas.
And I'm Alexander. This episode's treat is Feminism is a range of social political movements and ideologies that aim to define the established and political, economic, personal, and sexes of females.
That's the tree.
So kind of the first question. Sorry, I know we moved through that intro a little fast.
Really fast. Let's slow it down.
Yeah, let's go ahead and slow it down. Why are men always considered to be the breadwinner in the relationship?
Society. I say that's what the world makes us think. My personal beliefs is I believe that it should be 50-50, of course. I mean, you know, depending on the situation, there's going to be highs and lows depending on when you meet the person. If they're in debt, then you want to be together, then their debt becomes your debt. So it's 50-50 on certain things. You can make some adjustments, communication. But I think society definitely made it that way.
Yeah.
But I don't believe it should always be the man. Because then it's like nobody's caring about how the man feels. But, yeah.
You know, I definitely agree with that. As a society, we, not we in general, just as a general, we have created this theory, these stereotypes that men always have to be the breadwinner, but that's not true. Women, as now, I mean, we just left Women's Month. I don't know the exact terminology, but we left a month where we celebrate women and kind of glass in their glory, I believe. And just kind of because you know women, they can do the same thing as men. They're human. They're human beings
in certain areas.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I treat everybody equally. That's what matters.
Alright, question though.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that question. You should have warmed me down before we got on set.
Number 2.
Yeah.
This one's pretty deep too.
Okay.
Is it embarrassing in a heterosexual relationship for the woman to protect the man?
Is it embarrassing?
Yeah.
No.
No,
because what if if it's a man on man and say I would get in a altercation with another man, I wouldn't expect my wife to defend me. I will defend myself, and then if she was to get in an argument with a man, I'll defend her. And then if she was to get in an argument with a female, then I'll let her handle that, of course. But yeah, no, I don't think it'll be embarrassing. That wasn't that bad of a question.
Well,
what you think? You disagree?
More when I wrote the question, I was more thinking like, more just protection in general. Like whenever the woman goes out, they're always like, okay, make sure this, make sure that you have your taser, or make sure you have your pepper spray to the man. The man is the one that's always just more self-cleared, and he's not more aware of the surroundings and everything. The woman's always the one protecting.
The woman is always the one protecting.
And now
the surroundings.
The main question is, like somebody, let me give you an example. Somebody comes up and robs you.
Right.
The man backs up, and the woman is the one who stands front, and tries to protect the man, and does essentially. How do you feel? Does that in your head? How do you think of the man after the situation?
And no different than you gotta understand the situation at the time. You will have to give me like an example, like a video evidence for me to. I don't see anything wrong with that. So if I could give you an example, if I'm not at the house and my wife is at the home and we have a gun inside the house, I would be expecting her to use the gun, right?
Yeah.
But then if I'm in the bed asleep and she comes home later than I am and she's up, I'll expect her to wake me up, grab the gun, handle it before I could get up and get to my senses to know my surroundings to be able to be involved in that situation. It depends on the situation. That's totally a situational question. But I wouldn't think, with the example you gave me, I'll be thinking any different of them. No.
Alright. That's good. I absolutely agree. Like I said, it's more just an equal bound to me. That I mean, I think women and men, they can protect each other. I mean, one can protect each other more, less, whatever. To me, it doesn't really matter.
It don't. women allowed to be more dominant?
Yeah, more dominant than the male.
Is it okay for a woman to be more dominant than a dude?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
There's females that's more dominant than men out here. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
And okay, all right.
Yeah. Like tomboys, like females that's tomboys. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and that kind of relates back to the second question. I think it's perfectly fine with women being more dominant as there's nothing wrong with it. We like I said, we create the bad, we create the good. We are our own thoughts, our own society. So what we say, it's what kind of goes. So if we stop maybe thinking so like this way negative, yeah, then maybe we can create a better. It goes on into the fourth question. Can we as a society fix these common stereotypes mentioned in the first three questions before or whatever happens after Generation Z? Can we change just these stereotypes to make it so that women aren't always being the one that are like the ones that are more dominant, or they can't be more dominant or whatever?
Yeah, so I feel like they've tried to start the change, but it's so much that they did so much they dug their deep hole. So it's gonna be hard to dig themselves out of.
Okay. I don't think so. I think that we cannot try to fix it before whatever generation is after Z. I think that we kind of put ourselves at a point where we allow so much negative stuff to be out there that it's like everybody's gonna kind of everybody's gonna think of it in their own way. Some people will think, oh well, I'm gonna make sure I treat everybody equally, and then some people are gonna be like, well, women are weaker than men, or men are weaker than women. I mean, it's everybody's own perspective, and last question, kind of wrap it up, and let's kind of go into a little more detail on this one. When a woman likes a man, what's the difference from when a man likes a woman?
What's the difference between a woman liking a man and a man liking a woman? Ooh. You're gonna give me swamp ass after this one. I feel like the feelings that a woman gets, they are different than a man. What a man feelings get. That's a good question. It's the amount of affection that we feel is different. The level is different. Like sex, for example, that feeling for females and men is different. It's not like we, think of it of anything less than what it is. It's that we treat that situation different than what the female might treat that situation. They might they keeping their legs locked until they married, but then they feel like that dude is really it. Then they open them legs to somebody that wasn't probably who they really wanted to with. And they put so much behind that moment, that big event for them. That's a huge event, right? But then for us, it was like after the first time, it really don't matter. You know what I'm saying? We shooting up the gym. So it's like, it depends on that person. And I really just feel like it's it varies from person to person and how they feel, honestly. But there is definitely a difference between how men value women and how women value men.
Yeah.
Like, it's a difference.
I definitely agree with that same thing. I think that when a woman looks at a man and says, "Oh, I like that person," I think that they have this idea of what kind of person that they're looking for already. And I think that women, hopefully this doesn't get me in trouble, but women can be a little bit more self-clued to their own thoughts about like, okay, well, this is what I want, and this is kind of the only thing. I feel like women sometimes they're a little bit afraid to open up to a different I guess a genre of men or something, because they're always so focused on this, they're kind of missing out on other opportunities that could be better than this. But because we're women, or maybe men do this too, but because women are so focused on that opportunity, on that dream, you're losing out on that other stuff. attractions that is the main thing for a male to become attractive to a woman.
Yeah.
I think that although we should try to make sure that when we do become attracted to a woman, we also have that full 100% attraction to not only their physical, but to their mental, their emotions, their just making sure that you actually are ready to make a commitment once you're able to be with that being person.
So size matter.
I'm not going. No comment. This is that's a no comment
Okay,
question.
so no comment.
Um,
Well, I mean, I don't know, but all I know is that was the tree.
and yeah, I'm Alexander,
And I'm Thomas, and that was the root of things.
and we'll see you next time.